Welcome back to my channel, you guys. Today I'm going to show you how to make these super cute pumpkin patches that I'm going to use for my toddler sweater as elbow patches. I'm going to show you two different kinds, one with the pumpkin face and one with the pumpkin leaf. You're going to need a 4.5mm hook and some orange yarn. I used a weight 4 acrylic yarn, and we're going to get started with a slip knot and chain 10. Then into the second chain, we're going to place a single crochet increase. So that's just 2 single crochets in the first stitch, and then followed by 7 single crochets. And then we're going to end with the increase in the last stitch. Into this last stitch, we're going to place an increase. So that's 2 single crochet into this last stitch. Then, as with every row, we will chain 1 and turn our work. Into the first stitch, we're going to place another increase, and then followed by 9 single crochet, and then an increase into the last stitch again. Then into that last stitch, we're going to place our increase. There we go. And then chain 1 and turn our work. Into the first stitch, we're going to place an increase, followed by 11 single crochet, and then an increase into the last stitch. Then increase into this last stitch. chain one, turn our work. Into the first stitch, we're going to place an increase, followed by 13 single crochet, and then an increase into the last stitch. And this will be our last row of increasing. Increase into this last stitch. Just like that. Chain one, turn our work. And now we're just going to single crochet into each stitch, and you should have 17 single crochet. And we're going to do this for 4 rows. 4 rows of just 17 single crochet, chain one, turn. As you can see, it's starting to round out and curve like a pumpkin. Chain one, turn our work, and we're going to do our second row of 17 single crochet all the way to the end. That. Chain one, turn our work, and now we're on to our third row of doing 17 single crochet all the way to the end. Here we go. Chain 1, turn our work, and now we're going to do our 4th and last row of just 17 single crochet all the way to the end. There we go. Half of our pumpkin is complete. Now we're going to start decreasing. So we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. And into this first stitch and the second, we're going to do our decrease. So how we do that is we're going to pull up a loop, insert, pull up another loop from the second stitch, grab yarn and pull through all 3 loops, and that's how we're going to do our decrease. After our decrease, we're going to do 5 single crochet, so to halfway to the middle of the pumpkin. Then we're going to chain 1 turn after the 5 single crochet. Here we go. So we're going to start to make the first curve of the pumpkin. Chain 1, turn our work. Then into the first 2 stitches, we're going to do a decrease. So we're going to insert, pull up a loop, insert to the next stitch, pull up a loop, grab yarn and pull through all 3 loops. Then we're going to follow that with 4 single crochet all the way to the end. And then we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. Into the first 2 stitches, we're going to do another decrease. Insert, pull up a loop, insert, pull up a loop, grab yarn and pull through all 3 loops. Then we're going to do 1 single crochet and then another decrease in these last 2 stitches. Just like that. Now we're almost complete with the first hump. We're going to chain 1, turn our work, and then we're going to decrease 1 last time, and then single crochet into the last stitch. After this, you can chain 2 or chain 1, however you want to cut the yarn, because we're done with this side. I like to chain 2 and cut my yarn. Pull it down really tight, and I'll weave that in later. Now we're going to get started on the second and last little hump of the pumpkin, I guess you would call it. So we're going to insert right next to the middle stitch right here. We're going to grab a separate piece of yarn and weave it in, and then chain one with both strands of yarn and then drop the tail. Now into the second stitch. Following that, we're going to place 6 single crochet in the remaining stitches. This is 2, and I'm also going to crochet over the tail that we dropped so that I don't have to weave it in later. I can just cut off the excess. This is 4. Five. And then in the last one, we're going to place a decrease. So 6 stitches. Then we're going to chain 1 turn. Into the first 2 stitches, we're going to place another decrease. Insert, pull up a loop. Insert, pull up a loop. Grab yarn and pull through all 3 loops. Then we're going to do 1 single crochet into the next stitch. Another single crochet into the next stitch. Another single crochet. And another single crochet. You should have 4 single crochets. Chain 1, turn our work. We're almost done. Into the first 2, we're going to place a decrease. Pull up a loop, pull up another loop, and then pull through all 3 loops. Then we're going to do 1 single crochet followed by a decrease. Pull up a loop, pull up a loop, pull through all 3 loops. Chain 1, turn our work. Now we're almost done. We're going to do 1 last decrease. Pull up a loop, pull up a loop, and then pull through all 3, and then single crochet into this last stitch. Just like that. This is how it will look. And now we're just going to smooth out our edges and make it more round and perfected like this by single crocheting all around the pumpkin and then placing 2 slip stitches in the middle. So let's do that now. You're simply going to, not going to cut your yarn, you're going to leave your hook in. You're going to chain 1, turn your work so that we can be on the right side of the pumpkin. And then we're just going to start placing single crochet wherever our hook fits naturally. So not too wide apart, not too small, not too many, but just so that it gives a clean edge and it just makes a more prominent, rounded edge for our pumpkin. So I'm just going to do that. Each pumpkin is different, so I might have more single crochet around one pumpkin than I do another, which is totally fine because every pumpkin is going to be different. They're not all the same size, not all the same length, width. You get it. So just place your single crochet where it'll fit. I have reached the middle of the pumpkin, or the center of the pumpkin, and this is where I'm going to place 2 slip stitches right in the indent. So we're going to place 1 slip stitch here, and then another slip stitch right next to it. And after that, we're just going to continue doing single crochet till we meet our first stitch, and then we're going to slip stitch into that first stitch. And there we go, slip stitch. And the base of our pumpkin is complete. I'm going to chain 2 and cut my yarn. You can either cut it, weave it in, or leave a long enough tail to where you can use that tail to sew it on to your sweater or wherever you want to apply your pumpkin patch. Now I'm going to show you how to make the stem. I'm going to use some brown yarn, and we're going to insert into these center stitches, these 2 or 3, whichever you feel looks the best. I'm going to insert into this center right stitch. I'm just going to grab the brown yarn, and you can use whatever brown yarn you have. Sometimes I use green, just depending on what look you're going for. Then we're going to attach that with a single crochet with both strands. And then I'm going to drop one tail. After that, we're going to place a single crochet while working over the tail into the next stitch, if we can get in there. A single crochet. Let's work over that yarn. There we go. Okay, make sure it's pretty tight, and then we're going to place another single crochet into the next stitch. Just like that, really simple. Then we're going to chain 1, turn our work. And we're just going to make as many rows as you like. You can make your stem long or short. I'm going to make little short, stubby stems. So mine's aren't going to be more than about 3 rows. So this is my second row of just a single crochet. And make sure you're crocheting over both strands of the attached single crochet that we first made, so it doesn't come apart. There we go. Just like that. I'm going to place another single crochet as an increase so that I can have 3 stitches, so it kind of gets bigger towards the top. Chain 1, turn our work, and then I'm going to do 1 more row of just 3 single crochet. Just like that, super easy. And now we have a little stem for our pumpkin. Chain 2, and then cut the yarn, y'all. It's super cute already, but now I'm going to show you guys how to make the leaf pumpkin. This is the leaf pumpkin that I'm going to use for the sweater. And then there's also the Halloween pumpkin with the face. So I'm going to show you how to make both. We're going to start with the leaf first. This is super easy and super simple. So you're going to get a weight 4 acrylic yarn. I'm going to use this loops and thread yarn. It's a weight 4 acrylic in the color leaf green. We're going to make a slip knot. And we're going to chain 11. You can make as many chains as you want. It'll just make the length of the swirly leaf longer or shorter. It really doesn't make a difference. And all you're going to do to make it spiral is place an increase in each stitch, and it'll start to spiral as you make your way down. So you're simply going to place 2 single crochet in each of the stitches, each of the chains that you made. And when you get to the end, you'll see that it'll start to spiral. And just like that. Then you have a super cute little spiral pumpkin leaf. Gonna chain 1 and cut my yarn. Cut it with a good amount length so that you can sew the leaf onto your pumpkin. So I left some inches. So now I have 2 strands, and I'm gonna use those 2 strands of the yarn to attach it to the pumpkin. Here's our pumpkin with the stem. I'm gonna take our 2 pieces of the yarn and a needle, a yarn needle, and we're just gonna weave it in at the stem. Just like that. So adorable. Then I'm just gonna tie it tight in the back and weave it in. It doesn't really matter what the back look like because you're going to put it on something, or if not, make it look neat. But me, you're not gonna see it because I'm going to sew it onto a sweater. So I'm just gonna tie it in a knot and then weave it in a little bit and cut it, and no one will ever know. Super simple, really easy, and really cute. And if you make multiple, you'll have your own pumpkin patch. Really cute. Now I'm going to show you really fast with the pattern for the eyes and the mouth. It's really easy. You're just going to need some weight for black acrylic yarn. And here's the pattern. That's it, you guys. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed the little pumpkin patch tutorial. This is where I put my patches. I put them on a sweater that I made for my daughter that she's going to wear to the pumpkin patch this year. And I'm super excited because it's so cute. Let me know what you guys think.